So what are your next steps? What are you going to do about either creating a community or joining a community or reactivating an old community that you had because of COVID and all of the things that's happened recently? It's just fallen by the wayside. Who are those people that you can reach out to? I'm here. If you need me, I'm here. And it's easy. Just message me. But think about it. What are you going to do? We need to get together. We need to be in community. Community is when you're a solo practitioner, community is huge. It's a really big part of success.
Mentoring with Geraldine is a bite-sized practitioner podcast for naturopaths, nutritionists, herbalists, coaches, and practitioners. This podcast responds directly to the needs of you, the practicing natural therapist. We have interviews during the holiday season and business and mindset support each week, so you'll get the variety you need to enjoy and stay motivated in your practice. Don't forget to subscribe to receive the weekly episodes. And if you want to connect with me, always check the show notes, because that's where you'll find the links to book appointments and, of course, to join the Academy, the membership group, where there's constant connection and community with like-minded practitioners. Now, let's get started.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Mentoring with Geraldine and the Bite Size Podcast. How the devil are you? How's it all going? Hopefully, over the last couple of weeks, you've downloaded your worksheets, or if you haven't, you've had a really good think about what I've been talking about and maybe written your own notes. Maybe started something, maybe really started jotting things down, maybe using a notes app or something that's going to help you to take that step forward, to move the dial on your business. So this week, because we've thought about our niche, we've thought about possibly a program, we now need to think about the power of community. Now, the power of community can be anyone and anywhere, but we want the power of our community within your natural therapy group. Like you're a naturopath, you're a nutritionist, or you're a massage therapist, or you're a herbalist, you're a homeopath, whatever it is. You need to be with a group of people who understand you, who are coming from that same place that you are, and have all sorts of other amazing knowledge. You might have all gone to college together, but everyone's gone down a different rabbit hole. Okay? The thing is, it can be really isolating what we do, can't it? I mean, you've got to admit, we're pretty isolated the majority of the time. Is there anyone out there who understands you, who's going to help you, who can be your second brain? Do you find that people make negative and disparaging comments to you a lot of the time? Do you feel that you can tell people what you do and that's okay and that you're confident with that? All right. These are things that we do have to think about when we're out and about, when we're in groups of people. So it is wonderful to have a strong professional network. I mean, they could be peers, they could be mentors, be memberships. We need to look outside our own little box, our own little office space. If you're in a group practice, it might be that you have people there that you can bounce ideas off, talk to, or because they're in the practice with you, you might feel that you actually need an outlet somewhere else, so that if you want to whinge about one of your colleagues, you can, whereas you can't do that when you're only in that group practice discussion area. Because sometimes we do need to whinge about who we work with or who we live with. I mean, I know that my hubby and I bicker about things, and I make little disparaging comments in my mind, can't make the bed, you can't fluff the cushions, right? And at the end of the day, you say something, oh, big deal. But these things bother us, don't they? And when things bother us, then we've got to get it off our chest so that we can move on. All right. We need that group of professional people. Now, why does it matter? If you felt alone in practice, who do you go to with the challenges? Who can you speak to? Who can help you improve your confidence in an area? What support do you wish you had in your business right now? What is it that you need? Do you need help with pathology? Do you have to go, find yourself a pathology mentor? Find yourself a pathology course you could be doing, perhaps. Maybe that it's just overwhelm of business and you want to be able to talk. What is it you wish you had in business? And how do you feel when you engage with a group of like-minded practitioners? Do you feel you have to hold back? Do you feel that you haven't got the confidence to ask the questions or speak up? How is it that you feel? What's going on inside your brain? Is after a session, do you have a sore throat? Do you feel that that you struggle to ask those questions? Because we can gain amazing clinical insights from our colleagues. We can learn from the experience of others. And sometimes learning from that experience is learning simply because they're older than us or they've done it ahead of us. How did they get their kid to sleep? That's how a lot of people learn things out in the real world, don't they? They ask their mother or their mother-in-law, how did you get the kids to go to sleep? And then they go online and they Google it. Whereas for us, we have to have a whole huge list of all of the different things and all the possibilities so that when that client finally comes to us and says, how do I get the kid to go to sleep? We know what to say. We've got those ideas. When we're being mentored and in groups, we feel less isolated. Now, I know I can feel you sitting there going, oh, she's just talking about her Monday group again. I'm not just talking about me, okay? I'd love you to join my Monday group. That would be great. I'd love to see you on Monday. But that's not the point. This is all about getting the support you need. And I might not be your person. I'd love to be your person. I mean, you're listening to my podcast. Don't forget at the end to give me that 5-star review. We all want 5-star reviews. But it might be someone else because it might be something different that you need. And we need to plan because we need to plan what training and education are we going to have this year? How much are we going to spend on it? So we have to plan those things, but we also have to plan to feel less isolated, weirdly. All right, we have to figure out who's our group, who are our people that can support us. It helps us to improve our confidence. So it's not really a big worksheet this week. It's just actually downloading this worksheet might be almost pointless because really you are going to be looking at what is it? What area do I lack? And where can I get that help? How can I get that help? The help that you get should be about the price of a client. That's generally what happens. I mean, people get a month with me for the price of a client because I do it in a group. All right. And when I mentor one-on-one, it's the price of a client. They're booking like a client appointment. But it helps them with their confidence and it keeps you accountable to what you're doing. So if you come into a group session and I'm like, what are you up to? Is your program out to the world yet? When is it going to happen? When are these things? What are we doing? How many social media posts are you doing? Because if you're in a mentoring group, or I might be saying, hey, that lady you asked me about, with the skin the other week, how's she going? What did you change? So there's all of this action and accountability, both clinically and business in many of these groups. And they're a good place to be. We also can discover new opportunities because we collaborate with people. So I was online the other day. This one was a yoga teacher. I put her into one of the groups. Hey, anybody want to learn yoga? This woman's doing some amazing courses. So, with collaborating, I refer clients on to my people in the group. So what benefits resonate with you? All right. What is it that you need now that's going to help you in your business and help you to avoid burnout, maintain clients, feel confident in your prescribing? What is it you need to learn? You could start with a pros and cons list. That would be a good idea because, a bit of a checklist if you want to build your own or if you want to join a professional community. And maybe you are one of those connectors and you've got an amazing group of people at college that you really got on with and you could start a group with them. You're all at the same level. And then you could that's what I did when I first qualified. It was all of the people that I'd gone to college with. And then I invited people to speak. So, I'd say, hey, come over. This person's going to talk to us about this. This person's coming from this company to talk about their product or whatever it is. So, you could be making your own. Here's me saying join mine, but you could be making your own. Because what's our checklist? We've got to have a shared purpose. Does the group align with your needs? What are your needs? That's your pros and cons list, isn't it? Is it clinical? Is it business? Is it emotional support? Or is it a combination of those things? In mine, everybody, it's like, oh, you've arrived. Everybody comes as their arrival in the Zoom. So first person up, hi, what's going on with you? Oh, I haven't really got anything. Oh, no, well, what's going on? What's going on with business? Oh, well, this, and suddenly people start talking. So, or it's like, yeah, I've got all these clients. I need to go through these clients with you. And they're just rattling off client after client. And we go through them together. So what is your shared purpose? What is your drive? Who do you need to align? Is it business? Is it clinical? Is it education and training? What is the shared purpose of the group you've chosen? And the expertise level. So in my Monday group, we've got most everyone has been qualified about a year, but the ones who haven't just stay a little bit quieter in the background or ask a question about something. It's a sort of a set rather than this is my client, this is what they're going through, what do I do? It's what do you do for, I used tonsillitis the other day as my example. So what do you do for tonsillitis, Geraldine? So we might talk about tonsillitis for their 10 minutes. Okay. And then everybody chips in and people in the group will say, oh, well, this product's amazing. You can make mullein oil, for the ears, da, 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 da. And so we all learn from each other, and that somebody might have done a bit of a deep dive recently. And so there's some really up-to-date information or they've just discovered something. So is it a mixed group you want, or do you want to be with new grads like yourself, or you're so niched, there's no point. You only need to be in that niched professional group. What's the engagement like in the group? So some weeks in my group, it's me doing all the talking and it gets a bit much. And then other weeks, I'm really not doing that much talking at all. And everybody else is motivating and doing it, which is why I say in my groups, I want people there for at least 3 months before you join. You join for 3 months because that way you can step into it, you can enjoy it rather than feeling pressured at the one and only try. And then go, no, I don't like it. What sort of structure do you like in a group? Do you want a leader or facilitator? How regular do you need your meetings to be? Like mine used to be quite random because it would be, I guess it was once a month, once every couple of months, I would get a speaker in and get everybody together. So it was up to me to do it though. I mean, I did it all. So it was how often I wanted to do it. So what do you want to do? Can you create that community yourself? And confidentiality. So how confidential is what you're discussing? What's being said? How are you maintaining confidentiality for those clients? So what sort of support network do you need and what's going to help you? So it's a good idea to go out and have a look around, have a look at all the known mentors, go into the Facebook groups and trawl through the Facebook groups and go, well, when people have asked for mentors, just put in mentoring or mentor in the search bar and see what comes up and see who comes up. Follow those. You don't have to speak to those individuals, but you can follow the threads back and then look at it and go, oh, that person doesn't align with me. Oh, that person aligns with me. I might do some more, might just follow them on social media for now. I might slowly segue into this. And a simple fact is you're listening to my podcast. So you know about me. You're probably following me on social media. You hopefully are getting my emails. Hopefully you've given me a 5-star review. And so these things are there. We're already connecting, you and I, right? But you might have decided for whatever reason that Monday group isn't for you right now. So it might be that you need to start your own group. You need to structure that group. You might not be on my Monday group because you're like, well, I work on Monday, Geraldine. I can't. I want to come, but I work every Monday. So that might be something that's holding you back. And so a different structure working with me might be what works for you. Let me know. What about reaching out to your colleagues? So when I was running my group, this is years ago, this is like 15, 20 years ago when I trained, I would message people, hey, got this person coming to speak. And I've spoken at groups for people as well. And I'm happy to do that. You just message. I mean, they were mostly companies that came to talk to us. So of course you don't pay them anything, but you're still learning about their product. So like Herbal Extract Company, I regularly get them and I still go to talks locally and they're free when they come to Adelaide, but they're not on the regular. So what we need is things on the regular, things that motivate us, support us, make us think outside the square and leave us feeling that it was a really worthwhile session and that we've learnt, even if we haven't gone in with a need, we've learnt something from it. So what are your next steps? What are you going to do about either creating a community or joining a community or reactivating an old community that you had because of COVID and all of the things that's happened recently? It's just fallen by the wayside. Who are those people that you can reach out to? I'm here. If you need me, you know I'm here. and it's easy. Just message me and I'll get back to you. DMing me is always a bit random because I don't actually go onto Instagram that much. But PMing me, I tend to find it. Meta's messing me around at the moment, but I think it's messing everybody around. So I'm not there by myself. But think about it. What are you going to do? We need to get together. We need to be in community. Community is when you're a solo practitioner, community is huge. It's a really big part of success. So I'm going to leave it there today. I hope you have a good one. I will catch up with you next week when I think we'll take this to the next level, right? We'll talk about going from practitioner to entrepreneur, talk about maybe scaling. I don't know. We'll see how we go, see how my thought processes go between now and when I start recording again. So have a good one and I'll catch up with you really soon. See ya.
Thanks so much for joining me today. Don't forget to rate, review, and subscribe to the podcast for the weekly episodes. If you'd like even more support and learning, then the Academy is for you. Here you'll find part 2 of the herbal discussions, more clinical learning, and case studies to support your clients in practice. Bye for now.